Hi, welcome back to my channel. So here's another video, number 6. In this case what I took was a female gymnast doing a flip, which I thought was a pretty good simulation of zero gravity with somebody floating through space, and the Soviet prototype of a space suit. So I did a quick silhouette as usual. I think all in all I think this picture ended up being quite good. I feel like I could have spent more time and created, similar to some of the previous pictures, I could have created a better sensation of detail in some areas to try to emphasize that the rest of it would have the same quality of detail. I spent more time on the face with this one as well. Again, loose brushwork based on the successes of some of the previous ones. The concepts are the whole form, the whole character is visible in both references, which I think actually helps a lot. And yeah, I think the overall idea is communicated quite clearly. It could be pushed a bit further. I think the feet could be a little bit more dramatic. I may be stuck a little bit too close to the reference of the gymnast in this case. In the end, I think the face has just enough detail. Everything, the little details on the suit as well come through quite well. Again, it could have been rendered a little bit further. I did feel like I ran out of time on this one, and I think the big learning from it was I think unlike the Viking one, I think this one could have done with a little bit of extra dramatic lighting based on the shadow. So I'm going to do the multiply layer at some stage, and for the multiply layer will be the core shadows. And to be honest, I think I could have done a little bit better job choosing where the lighting could be coming from to create a more interesting composition, but it ended up being okay. I think it wasn't any massive disasters. The shadow was maybe a little bit strong as well, and yeah, secondary light source would definitely spruce the image up quite well. The other thing as well, I do wonder whether I should start looking into having some more textured line brushes. At the moment I'm just using like a default round brush. I actually use it quite a lot, so like I do refer to these pictures as drawings rather than paintings. It could be argued digital painting, digital drawing, actually there's no difference. Some of the brush strokes that I'm using in PaintStorm Studio are simulating that natural media, but I think a lot of the times I do use it almost as in a drawing format. I am quite precious with the colors that I use and try to be really careful with them. I potentially could be a little bit more bolder and use some brushes that have a little bit more texture in them. And I also do use quite a lot the smudge, and I think in this particular one, when I was using the smudge, I lost a little bit of that detail, and as a result I had to reintroduce it with another pass of line art. I think this is a good picture. I'm quite happy with it. Obviously there are things that, looking at it now, I would improve. I would have done more details on the boots, on the silhouettes of the boots. I would have done more work on the hands as well. And obviously, as I brought up earlier as well, I think some of the detail parts could have done with a little bit more love, but realistically I think, again, 30-minute study, it conforms to both of the references quite well. So from those two perspectives, I think it was a job well done. The pose as well, I think I was a little bit too militant in sticking to what the gymnast was doing. I think it could have been a little bit more dynamic with one of the feet coming up, one of the legs being bent and coming up, and maybe one of the arms reaching out. But again, with some of the previous pictures, when I didn't stick close enough to the reference, I had some problems with this 30-minute format. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You try to exaggerate it, you stand the risk of messing it up and having to fix it later. You stick too close to the reference, and it might be a little bit stiff. And clearly the gymnast is doing some kind of a backflip, so the muscles of her back are tense, and maybe that's the reason that the elbows are coming in as well, and making the arms and shoulders feel really tense as well. But I suppose the bigger lesson here is maybe picking a little bit, being more deliberate in the reference picking. The reference picking is not something I use in the 30-minute process. Here's the final image. I think I am quite pleased with this one. Ended up quite well. I might try doing that spacesuit again with potentially another pose or another character. But again, hope you guys are getting something out of this. I'm definitely learning quite a lot from this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.